All right, welcome back, everybody. May the Most High bless you. I pray all is well with everybody as we give the Most High all the honor, the glory, and all the praise. I just want to come back with this real talk video. My title now says, Stop being what people want you to be and be who you need to be. And I not only want to talk to the younger people in this video, but I also want to talk to a lot of grown people in this video. Because Grandma used to say, you still got old fools walking around here. And that old fools used to be young fools. And what she meant by that was being foolish. You know, not having the mind of Christ. Walking around still childish. And when you look at what we living in, you see how so many people spending their whole life trying to be like somebody else. And they don't have a clue on who they really are because they've been spending their whole life trying to be like and do like somebody else. And it's sad when you live your life like that. It really is. So I want to have this real talk once again. When you look at everything that's on cable now, on the internet now, a lot of the youngsters looking at the rappers, you know, I want to be in the video, I want to be a stripper. The young women, I know that a lot of them want to be a stripper, want to get in the porn industry. I want to be like such and such, she make a lot of money, you know, she got it going on. Or I want to be like this dude, he got the bling bling, the fortune and the fame, but they don't have no Christ at all. And I'm not talking about everybody, but this is just one of these wake-up call videos. Because what you see is not all cracked up to be to what you see. And when you look at the lifestyle behind a lot of Hollywood actors, celebrities we could say, you see the majority going to the grave. You see misery. You see divorce. You see drugs. You see lost people. You see so much negative stuff that it make you really wonder what's really going on good in their lives. Now, so many things I want to hit on in this video, but I'm going to just try to, not try to make the video so long, but keep in mind with this title, stop being what people want you to be and be who you need to be. But how can you really be who you need to be if you don't really know who you really are? If you want to keep imitating or being a copycat. You know what? The hardest thing for us to do is to look in that mirror and check ourselves. And when you look in the mirror, if you don't like what you see, do something about it. But if you can't look self in the mirror and face what you are going through instead of Facebooking what you are going through, then you one lost individual. And I'm going to say this in this video again. Stop posting all of your business on Facebook all day. Stop tweeting all of your business. There's so many so-called Christians on Facebook. There's nothing Christ-like about them. Some of them post scriptures, and then the next day, they angry. They mad at the world. They got something bad to say. They want people to know that I'm in a sad mood today. I'm feeling like doing something to somebody today. I don't feel like going to work today. So when you post all your business on Facebook, what does that say about you? And I'm not trying to make nobody mad. This is a wake-up call. And the reason why I'm addressing that, because it's a lot of people being killed behind what they putting on Facebook. You're going out of town, shut up and don't tell nobody about it. Because you're letting people know that my house is going to be wide open for you to break into. Stop putting all your marriage business on there. Stop putting everything on Facebook. Stop putting your problems on there and go on and face them and quit Facebooking them. See, I'm talking to the grown folks now. So many people have goals in their life, but they've been stuck on so many other people that they done forgot about their own stuff. Let's keep it all the way real and take it to some of these church buildings. You even got preachers out here that's been preaching because somebody wanted them to be a preacher. Stop being what people want you to be and be who you need to be. Well, he looked like a preacher. He dressed like a preacher. He can sing and hoop and holler like a preacher, so he need to be preacher. He need to be a pastor. Stop being what people want you to be and be who you need to be. A lot of folks in these churches done call themselves. Some was called, some was sent, and then some folks just done got up and went. And when you do stuff on your own and you wasn't called to do it, you make the biggest fool of yourself. Stop being what people want you to be and be who you need to be. I'm going to continue to say that in this video because somebody looking at this video may be trying to be what somebody want them to be. Trying to be a people pleaser. You can't please everybody. Leave that alone. Just keeping it real, y'all. To the young men that I see on a daily basis who want to be that gangster. This whole mentality about, man, I ain't no punk, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I handle my business. That's why I be ready to fight, dog. You know, man, I ain't no punk. They think that fighting is the best way to handle everything. Or shooting somebody, or walking around with your pants sagging, thinking you're going to get some kind of respect. You really look like a fool. A lot of young men have already fought and shot at many people, and they in the grave or they in prison right now. You got to make wise decisions, not worldly decisions. You got to get into the Bible. You got to have the Holy Spirit because that's what makes you wise. If not, you're going to have worldly wisdom and you're going to die the worldly way. This world is in bad shape. And young men, you don't have to be a gangster because your daddy was crippin', or your daddy lived that lifestyle. He was a dope dealer. He had much respect on the streets. But you see what the streets did to him? Daddy in the grave, or daddy behind bars, facing many years. Stop trying to be what somebody else wants you to be and be who you need to be. You don't have to go down the same road that your daddy went down. Young women, you don't have to be like your mama. If your mama was that woman that ran the streets, if your mama was that crack addict, if your mama didn't give a damn about her life, you don't have to be that way. You can give a damn about your life. The street life shows you the outcome, prison or the grave. You make the decision. See, I'm talking out of love. And I know a lot of people don't like when I kind of talk and do videos like this. This real talk video, I love to reach out to the ones who are so far out there because so many church folks wouldn't dare come on camera or off camera to try to reach anybody. I know a lot of people look at these videos, so I might be talking to that one that's looking at this video. I'm not condemning you. I love you, male or female, and it don't matter what color you are. I love you. You can make that change, but you got to want that change. So many young women trying to be popular and headed down the wrong road. Be yourself. Follow your heart. Stop being what people want you to be and be who you need to be. Let me hit some of the parents because it's too many parents trying to live their life through their children because they didn't get the life that they wanted. So now they trying to live their life through their children's life when their children got their own life to live. Too many lost grown people. You know it hurt my heart, y'all, when I come on here. Not to talk to y'all, but when I scroll through certain videos. You know the first thing you see on YouTube a lot, especially in the black race, somebody always got a video of a hood fight. Women twerking. YouTube and Facebook is full of so many hood fights. You see this chick pulling out this chick, her fighting. Everybody standing around with their cell phones and videoing it and laughing and talking about woo, and then next thing you know, somebody done got killed. Ain't nothing funny about that. That's a foolish thing to do. And it's sad that so many people will stand around and watch somebody get kicked to death, get beat to death, like that young girl last year who took too many blows to the head. This whole thing about ain't no punk has went too far. This generation now don't care about nothing at all and act like they don't have nothing to live for, dying behind crazy stuff. And to the young men, I pray that I get a lot of y'all listening to this, because too many of y'all are going to prison or dying, not even making 20 years old. You know, I'm reminded of the movie Harlem Nights, which is one of my favorite movies. That movie is a classic to me, and it would never get old, because that movie was just real to me, and I love that movie. But y'all that's seen that movie, and pretty much all of us are familiar with that movie, you'll remember the scene when Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor was in the room. Well, let's just put it like this. When they was out to kill Eddie Murphy, which was played by, he was Quick in the movie. And Richard Pryor was Sugar, Sugar Ray. But when they was out to kill Eddie Murphy, he had just slept with Jasmine Guy. She tried to kill him. And then Calhoun and them was trying to kill him. But that scene when he went and knocked on Richard Pryor's door in the middle of the night, and when Richard came downstairs and answered the door and told him to come in and sit down, that's one scene that nobody should ever forget. Because he was trying to calm Eddie Murphy down after Eddie told him what happened. And he told Eddie to die like that was stupid. Because Eddie made the point that I ain't no punk, sugar. You trying to get me, I'm going to kill you. When everybody was trying to kill him. He said, I ain't no punk. And Richard Pryor told Eddie, punk has nothing to do with it. Punk has nothing to do with it. I wish more young people would understand that. Grown people too. Many have went to the grave behind that saying right there, I ain't no punk. And they died trying to prove that they wasn't no punk. Richard Pryor told Eddie Murphy, that ain't cool. He said, what they gonna put on your tombstone? Here's a man that died 27 years old. He died, but he wasn't no punk. Richard said, that ain't cool. He said to die is when you 89 years old and you got your children and grandchildren around the bed. That's cool. Richard said 27 years old, but the youngsters now ain't even making 17 and 18 years old. Getting killed at high school. That's not the way to go out. The crazy attitude and always wanting to fight, same with a lot of these women, that is foolish. That's the way to get killed. Because let me tell you something. It's always somebody bigger and badder than you are. You're not the only one that's tough. You're not the only one walking around with a gun. You will meet your match. So there's time for a change. But it's up to you to make that change. A struggle is what builds us into the character that we become. Take your negative and turn it into positive. Stop spending so much time on other folk and spend time on what you need to do. I was talking to this young man the other day. He loved the street life. He said his hero and who he want to be like is the gangster in his hood. So every time the gangster will go get a tattoo on his neck or wherever on his body, he go try to get the same thing. He said, I want to be like him, JT. He get attention. He got the women. He got the fancy car. He got the lifestyle. And I said, he got the grave. And if he ain't careful, it's coming up quick. And I said, if you want that kind of attention, youngster, you don't want nothing at all. Why you even living? What are you living for? He think that's true respect. He think he's balling, but he's really falling. Let me keep it all the way real. That's what's wrong with the gospel industry. Too many want to look like. Oh, look. Now, yeah, I'm going to say this. I hope I get a lot of Christians to hear what I'm about to say right here about the gospel industry. It's too many games that's being played. It's too many that want to look like, play the piano like, shout like, preach like, dress like someone else. Who are you? I want to be like such and such. I want that lifestyle like such and such. What comes behind that? Because it ain't just what you call worldly people that's on drugs. It's a lot of people. And I mean, it's a lot of people on drugs. A lot of youth on drugs. And when you look at this lifestyle of being like somebody else, if you're looking at people whose lifestyle is worldly and not godly, then not only will you look like them, you're going to follow them right on into the lake of fire. Lady told me the other day, you know the old saying once again, stop trying to be like the Joneses. You don't know what the Joneses doing to keep what they got. I want to be like the Joneses. I want that house they got. I want that car. I want that bank account. And you can't even handle what you got now. So many people praying for a bigger house. And with bigger house come bigger bills. Now when you get the bigger house, you crying about the electric bill is too high because it's $500 a month because you got 2 stories versus you was paying $150 a month. You got to appreciate what you got now. If you focus on what you don't have, you don't look at what you do have. So y'all, you know what I do? I watch people the most to learn what not to do in my life. Because I got great examples of growing up of what not to be and how not to do this. And when you spend time on self and concentrate, you will be further down the line and you will come out a whole lot better. When you concentrate on yourself. Let me make another good point. Stop comparing yourself to the other people. Because everybody is different. When I was on here teaching piano a lot and teaching in person, I would tell my students all the time, stop trying to play all the way like somebody else. You have to establish your own creativity. That's what makes you who you are. Your style. Just like all the keyboard players on here, like PP Drawings. Mini Man plays the keyboard. Hot and Cliff. A lot of y'all. If you notice, every last one of us play different from each other. And don't none of us try to outdo each other, nor hate on one another. Why? We all different. But that means we also can learn from each other. So stop comparing yourself to everybody else. Be you. And let me give you something else to look at. When you look at the majority of the ones that the people trying to be like, you see how messed up their life is. They're in bad shape. Marriage is broken. About to get divorced. They in and out of the hospital, stressed out. Taking all the drugs. Same thing I said about Whitney. Same thing I said about a lot of the people, celebrities and big time people that we lost because they got the fortune and fame, but they never got love. Michael Jackson even did a song, I'm talking about the man in the mirror, but he really didn't want to look in the mirror. And I don't have nothing against Michael. I love Michael. But everything Michael's song about was off. Everything that he was looking for was in the songs that he was singing. But he really couldn't see it a lot of times. And when you put that much pressure or you getting that much pressure from the world, trying to please the world and please people, it'll kill you every chance. How much do we value ourselves? Do we appreciate our own selves? You know what I found out? God, there's so much I can say in this video. I'm trying my best to end this video. I found out it's more important for me to find out who I am than to try to find out what others are doing and who they trying to be. That's why most of us are so far behind on working on ourselves. That's why most people ain't even talking about kingdom building. They're not working on kingdom building because they got time to do everything else. But when it comes to the Most High's will, excuse on top of excuse. Talking to this lady the other day at the food bank who was starving herself to drop all this weight to try to look like this other girl. Skinny. Really, she's anorexic. Trying to be something. Trying to be somebody else. I mean, everything that you look at now on TV, it's a competition. From cooking down to singing or whatever. Who cooks the best? Everything is a competition, somebody competing about something. Who sings the best? Let's get all the way real. Who preached the best? Who's the best athlete? Who got the most money? Then you got all the reality shows. And so many people looking at reality shows and they can't even face reality on what's going on in their own life. Be you. And stop trying to be somebody else. Forget about what Mimi and Nene and Kiki and all them is doing. And look at yourself and figure out what you need to do so you can get to the next level. Face what's going on in your life. That's why a wise man or a wise woman handle things different. The wise woman ain't on YouTube getting her hair pulled out and fighting and cussing everybody out. That's what the foolish woman is doing. The wise man ain't on YouTube and Facebook with hood fights. You know what they fighting with? They fight with their mind. They use a better way. Because that's what shows who you are. Y'all, let me tell you something. With me, the old me, y'all remember that video I did a long time ago, me versus me? The old me versus the new me is totally different. And you know what? It's the biggest struggle that I deal with. Because the old me rises up a lot. And I have to bury that fool. I'm talking about myself. I have to bury that self. But that old JT, he resurrects at times. And every time he rises up, I got to kill him. Why? Because I found out in my life, my biggest enemy was myself. That's why it's the examination every time I look in the mirror. That's why the finger I point come right here. Y'all, that's my time. Real talk with your boy JT. I love you. Stop trying to be who people want you to be. And be who you need to be. Take care, y'all. And have a wonderful, blessed night.